Hey everybody, welcome back. I am using a sketch today, which I will show you in just a moment. This collection is the Heart collection from Simple Stories. I used it in my last layout, my last video, my layout about my husband taking pictures of my daughter. And I think I mentioned in that video that this collection lends itself toward memorializing loved ones or perhaps goodbye situations, that sort of thing. And so while I did the first layout about my husband and my daughter, I knew I was going to use this collection to document my in-laws. So those two folks there it's my mother and father-in-law in that picture there. It was, it's actually been a number of years ago because it was a trip to San Antonio. I had to think about it because unfortunately I pulled it out of the album knowing I wanted to scrapbook it and then don't remember which photos I'd pulled them out of, although I kind of do. It was like a San Antonio trip, but I just don't remember the year exactly, so I have to go back and find it. But anyway, she was eating like a piece of brownie or some such on the river walk there, and he just happened to be looking off. Who knows? But I thought it was cute because she was smiling and just looked, kind of happy. Not that she didn't really like to smile a lot because I don't know. I guess she was just self-conscious, but anyway, I'm saying in those verbs are all in the past tense because both my in-laws have passed. Um, we're going on basically about 4.5 years now. My mother-in-law had gotten sick. She had lung cancer and throat cancer and all the things. And she was ill for quite a little while, probably a couple of years, I think, going through all the treatments and things. And then she had passed in October of 2015, and my father-in-law was seemingly healthy. And in June, he just got sick one week, and within a week and a half had passed away. He had liver cancer, and it just hit him all of a sudden. And so he passed away 2 days before my daughter graduated. So this is a hard layout for me in a sense because we did used to spend a lot of time with him. Every Saturday we would go what we use the word piddle, and we spent a lot of time with him. My husband's an only child, pretty close to his parents. We lived close to them for a number of years, and technically we still live close to them. I mean, it depends on what relatively speaking. We only lived 5 minutes from them for years, and then moved to about 30 minutes away, so it's still fairly close. Um, so anyway, this layout was a little bit hard, but I knew I wanted to do it. So now getting to the actual design and papers and that sort of thing. I don't even know where I'm at right now, y'all. I'm sure I wandered off to pick up something. You know how I do. Oh, there it is. It's the thickers. I'd wandered off to go get my letter stickers. Anyway, I did have the sketch. I showed it to you. The sketch actually called for photographs up above. Like it technically called for, I guess technically you could have used like 5 photographs. But this collection have these great cut aparts. And again, I mentioned that I think in the last video, there's sheets of it. There's like a 2x2, um, 3x4, I think it is, and then 4x6s. And in this particular layout, I end up using two of those. And I don't know, y'all, I may have the wrong dimension. I think it's 2x3s. I use two of those, and I end up using two of the 2x2s. And then you'll notice I have that little, and that picture was taken back before digitals. Can you believe it? I took it with a regular camera, got it developed, and so it's more of instead of a 4x6, it's more like a 3.5x6, I think it is. So it's one of those older style. It's not so old. It's from vintage in a way, but maybe it kind of is anymore. It's probably about 15 years old. Anyways, I took the different patterns. I had this black pattern with a foiled heart on it, which I thought was really pretty. And then that floral you saw in the last video, if you watched it, that yellow floral, which is really pretty. And that's the backside of that remember strip. And then I had this other strip with the little tiny polka dots with the little bit bigger green polka dots. And you saw me pull that letter out and stick that on there. That's going to be where the title goes. And I wanted to make sure that I cut the strip tall enough for it to look right. And then I decided I wanted to ink the edges, that it just didn't look really finished to me. So I wanted to come back in and ink the edges. Um, with a sketch, I feel a little more confident pulling everything off, although I'm still going to have to come back in here and figure out where I put things. And I think I have to adjust a couple of times because I don't put them at the right spot on the paper. But so I have this vertical kind of wide um, sheet there, and then this goes horizontally to create the shelf. And then the photograph is going to be offset from the from the bottom of that mat. That's on purpose. Um, I actually initially did not mat the photograph. I was going to just kind of put it there without the mat. And in a minute, I think I decide, no, I need a mat. Um, I end up using that diamond paper there with the different colors. And if I'm honest, I don't know that I love it. I don't know that I love it. The colors are complementary. It doesn't look terrible. But in all honesty, I don't think it really separates the photograph the way I wanted it to. And you'll see that in a minute. So at the moment, the yellow floral I had went ahead and cut to a particular length, but the skinnier pieces I wanted to give myself a little bit of room to adjust if I needed to, which as you can see, I needed to adjust from a length perspective. I think I actually moved these things like twice because I knew I wanted it a certain height for the photograph to lay over it and also then go over the bottom. And so there you go. I think that's where they end up. And then that little vertical piece there goes over the top and creates a nice little complement there. So this is where I'm looking at that photograph and I keep thinking I should mat that. And I think about the thing is I had cut off before a little too much to use the yellow. If I had to be honest, I would have probably preferred to use the yellow rather than the pattern side. But, and you'll see it in a minute, on the flip side where the pattern diamonds are, there is the branding strip has the yellow color, where it kind of shows you the B side or whatever of a given paper. I'm actually looking through all the journaling cards. I pulled out, I got the little, I guess, Project Life piece of it. And I was kind of looking through those. Then I was looking at the cut aparts thinking, can I use any of these as my journal or the photo map? And so then I do what I normally do, which is when I'm not sure what I want to do, I go off to something else. And the sketch calls for like a circular element right there where those two pieces of paper cross. And I thought about using that heart, but it didn't look exactly right. So now I go back to the photograph. So I'm looking at this, and again, as you'll notice, there's that yellow branding strip part at the bottom. So I can use the pattern paper as the mat just because of that branding strip. So again, it doesn't look terrible, but if I'm honest, in the end, I'm not sure I love that mat just because I don't think it really makes the photograph stand off the paper like I thought it would. Um, but it's okay. That's okay. The colors go, and it's really about the photograph anyway. So the title is Miss You, and YOU, not miss you like with you text them. It's like legitimately miss you. Um, I love the little cut apart. So the one at the green one says, "When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure." That's a fairly famous memorial type quote. So that's going down first, and then the remember is just a foiled, um, kind of outline letter thing, just pretty with green polka dots behind it. I guess I'm really just at the moment just making sure everything's glued down like I want it to be. I do have to. I don't think I've done it yet. Maybe I have. I needed to ink the edge of that those cut pieces. If I haven't done it yet, I'll do it. Again, I just get such a kick out of the fact like I kind of rotate around layouts. Like I don't stay on one element. I circle around and think, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. I went and ran off and grabbed my 3-inch punch, my circle punch here, and I'm creating that circle element. And I remembered, I don't think I do it yet. Oh, here's where I'm deciding I have to move those little cards around. It's funny how particular we get, right? I want them to be just so, but I wanted that circle element to fall up underneath that corner there and underneath the photograph. So, and I think it's neat because it kind of that dark color is, complemented against that dark heart paper. So again, and inking the edge of that isn't really about the top part of the color, if this makes sense. It's more about the edge. So, white core paper has a little white edge, and I didn't really want that, so I inked it. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and mat my photograph on that there. I believe I used foam tape and raised this. This is so sad, y'all. I literally do this all the time too. I'll be telling you something and I'm thinking I did something, and I just made this layout the other day. There's no reason I don't remember this. Like no reason whatsoever except I don't know. I guess I only have so much space in the brain and it just starts leaking out. I don't know. Um, yes, I do. I use foam. And sometimes it's like I know I think about doing something, and then maybe I decide against it, or even as I'm thinking about something and then I go to do something on the layout, I forget that that's what I wanted to do. Do you guys do that? Do you like think, oh, I want to do XYZ on a layout and then realize after you're done that you forgot to do XYZ? That is so frustrating, especially when it's a great idea. Um, and honestly, the other crazy thing is in the end, you'll see, well, I'm not going to tell you now, let it be a surprise. Anyway, so I'm using this foam rather, and popping the picture up. And I thought about using foam initially on that card, but I remembered there's a couple of other like layer on top elements, the 2x2 little cut aparts here. So that one there says in loving memory. I will ink that in a moment. And then I kind of went through these two, but these came in again the little well, I say that. There's cut aparts and there were little journaling cards. There's the whole sheet of the cut aparts there. And I end up deciding that I want to use that. It says, you are loved, you are missed, you are remembered. Um, and I wanted to use that as the other one. So I'm going to trim that little guy up and I'm going to ink the edges of both of those. And you'll see just kind of how it's like it's like a little waterfall, just kind of a little waterfall. You got the two bigger cards and then they're kind of falling off to the little smaller cards. Again, the sketch, this could have been photographs, right? So this could have actually been a layout that had 5 photos on it, a couple of small ones, with some other ones. Obviously, I didn't do that here because I just had the one photo and I wanted to use those little cut aparts, but could have had 5 photos. Now, this is where I actually cut this little heart out of this little cut apart. The sketch called for a circle and then like one heart. Um, yeah, is offset a little bit. I end up putting more than one heart, but that's just because I wanted to use stickers. I had a whole sticker sheet, and I'm like, I have to use some of these stickers. Um, and then I decided too, there's a circle sticker, and I don't actually remember what it says on it. I want to say, I think it says in loving memory as well. There's a circle sticker on the sticker sheet that's essentially a repeat of what's in that little cut apart. So I didn't really want to see the whole thing because why repeat the exact same thing? So y'all, I don't know why I disappear. Like, I should probably edit this part out because who wants to see nothing except this half-finished layout? But it's okay because I'm chattering. Um, oh, then I know now. I went off to get, and maybe I'm even lying to you again. So here I go. I'm lying to you again. I thought it was a sticker. It's not. I ran off to get a circle punch because I saw it in the cut apart. But again, I don't want the same little sentiment. So, or maybe that says remember actually. But I didn't want them to be identical. So I'll end up hiding that remember with my heart. There you go. So see how that kind of, it's the same but different, which, design's all about repeating same but different, right? I guess technically you could do same, but anyway. So I ink the edge here. I'm going to glue this down. I do put that in loving memory square up on foam if I haven't already, but I want my circle to go down first. So here I am. I think I'd already inked that heart. I decided that I was going to ink it, and then I think, oh, I think I've already inked it. Yeah, so here's where I'm taking my foam, and I'm going to put on the back side of that little 2x2 because I do want that dimension there as well. Oh, got to trim that up. I did enjoy making this layout, even though I don't do the journaling, and I still actually technically haven't done the journaling. I posted the layout on Instagram, and I did a little mini, a caption that I guess theoretically I could kind of copy as my journaling, but it's just one of those layouts that I think I said on Instagram, you just get a little choked up when you look at it because you think, you just kind of miss those ordinary times. It's not even the big stuff sometimes, it's the ordinary stuff. Okay, so the base of the layout is done, basically according to the sketch. And this is where I'm going to start adding the little pretties. Oh, actually, I may look at a couple more of these stickers. I really wanted to use more of these stickers. I just didn't do it. Didn't figure out a way to do it. I take it back. There's one more sticker I end up using. It's like a little tab sticker because I try to use my white pen on the paper. And the pen's actually quite good. And I even show it to you in the video. Um, oh, I did go first and get some wood veneers of these hearts here. I had ordered these a while back and I've been thinking about them, and the sketch actually did not call for what I did, which was kind of pull those hearts up and to the right and then kind of down, bringing like a little stream, I guess, across the page. But in my head, I kind of thought they were like little, I don't know, stardust, fairy dust or something. In my mind, it's like, they've kind of gone off to heaven. And I don't know. That's just the little mindset I was in. I also had gone into my stash there and I had these little um, blue flowers I had cut out at some point from some piece of paper. And the colors went okay and everything, but I just could not figure out a way to make it do right. So I ended up almost very quickly pulling those off. I go, nope, that's not going to work. So I get these little wood veneers hearts out. They were really cheap. I got them off of Amazon for like, I don't know, a few dollars, and they came in a big old. I think I have like two packs of them or something. And there's like three sizes in there, which is awesome. They're a little bit thick, so that's okay, but I love the different sizes. So I'm gonna kind of create, like I said, almost like this little like stream, of consciousness of hearts. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like making like a little thing um, with the different colors. And then I'll end up pulling in also some enamel dots in a minute with the colors, like the dark teal and the light teal. And my whole idea here was to make it look again like things were kind of floating away. I started to stick a few down there, and I went, nope, that's not going to look right. So I'm using my art glitter glue to glue these little guys down. That's a good little glue. I was going to go to convention this year. That's clearly, I'm not going to get to go to any of those. Everything's virtual anymore, which is fine from like an engagement standpoint. Um, and there's even like online shopping, but I'm just, eh, if I'm going to buy that kind of stuff, I don't mind online shopping for scrapbook supplies. I don't mean to suggest that because I will go off and if I see a collection or something, I might buy something. But from an impulse standpoint, I almost need to see it. I need to touch it. I want to smell the paper. I'm a paper smeller. Isn't that crazy? The best one is Graphic 45. It smells so good. But anyway, I want to touch it. So I don't do the online stuff, the conventions and all that. But anyway, I'm running low on that glue. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess probably just go looking for it. It's probably on scrapbook.com or something. But anyway, um, so I glued all my little hearts down, and I'm going to go find and I guess I'm going to disappear again, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I'll get better at this at some point and start editing. But I can't decide if it's laziness or fear that I'm going to screw this thing up. But I went off and got my enamel dots here. So you can see I've got those different little teal colors that match I should say match, they complement, maybe is a better word, the overall color scheme, mood and feel, whatever you want to call it. So I'm sticking these. I did find my tweezers, y'all, but I was too lazy to go downstairs and get them. I make myself sound like the laziest person on the planet. I don't know that I'm not that lazy, y'all. I get up at 4:30 to go to the gym. I'm really not, and I work and I do all the things, but when I sit down to craft, I really don't want to get up and wander off downstairs. Like I'm upstairs, I don't want to go downstairs. Because what if somebody decides I need to do a chore? There's that white pen I just mentioned. It actually writes pretty good, but because the paper was so light, it just really didn't show up, and I was disappointed with the effect. So I end up pulling out off this sticker sheet a little tab sticker to write their names on. And my idea is I'm going to journal underneath that when I decide to. Um, like I said, I haven't really decided to do that yet. But anyway, I put their names on it and I'll end up just journaling underneath there. I do come in here in a minute. Yeah, see, there's me showing you the pen works great. There's nothing wrong with that pen. I just used it on the wrong paper. So my bad. I run off and get my Mr. Huey's, my Steady Eddie Mr. Huey's white misty spray or whatever you call that stuff. And y'all, I do it again. I lay a piece of paper over the photograph so I don't get the spray on it. And then I forget to take it off when I pull the layout up close. So you don't really get to see the close up of the picture. That's not intentional. I'm not trying to hide the picture from you, I promise. I just forget to take the piece of paper off before I show it to you. So here's where I do that. I put that piece of paper on there and sprinkle my stuff. I'm almost done. I just love the way that looked. I actually am pretty happy with it in the end. See, here's where I forget to take it off. So there's the close up. You can see all the little goodies. I really appreciate you guys watching, listening to my sad stuff today. Not so funny. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.